are from somewhere else. He puts them in this little jar or whatever. He, to me, embodies the essence of like filmmaking, because he really kicked that fire off in me, and I just want to work with his crazy ass.
If you would, all right, let's say in Hollywood, because I don't want to be super generic about everything, but in Hollywood, do you have a director that you've seen and you're like, man, I would love to work with this director over time? Looks like you have like 50 of them, but all right.
Yes, but I definitely do have a number one, though.
Okay.
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino, without a doubt, be on top of my list for a few reasons. Number one, it was Pulp Fiction. That's the movie that really kicked off the change in me that I wanted to be an actor. And it was Pulp Fiction and Samuel Jackson together, which initiated that. So there you see a couple of my little motivations right there. But Quentin Tarantino, because he to me embodies the essence of like filmmaking. People say, oh, Tarantino just steals and copies and whatever. No. He makes his inspirations known of where he gets his material and his his inspiration from.
Yeah, he says animation the name.
Exactly. He doesn't hide it.
The funny thing, I was sorry to cut you off. I was watching the video and he said, I took the last 15 minutes of his film and I put it in my film. And I told him that he said he took the film and he told the director that I took your film. It was a form of even paying respect to the director, to me personally, but please keep going.
Mm-hmm. And it's, again, take these very blatant elements that are from somewhere else. He puts them in this little jar or whatever, sprinkles his craziness, his dialogue, his wittiness, his insane characters, and just like, what is some cool shit that I want to see? Throws that all in there, bam, and then spits out a Quentin Tarantino movie. And when you watch a Quentin Tarantino movie, you know you watched a Quentin Tarantino movie. You don't have to ask, wait, who's the director of this? You know by the dialogue, by the visual style, by the characters, by the aesthetic, by a multitude of reasons of why it's a Tarantino film. And for me, that distinct style and that ability to be like, oh man, yeah, that's a Quentin Tarantino film. For me, that was one of the first times I was able to really discern that in a director and a filmmaker. Because, as an actor, being just a movie lover in general, watch thousands of films. And so it's just like, oh, you see a few movies by Steven Spielberg or something. And it's just like, okay, Steven Spielberg, I kind of know what I'm going to get. Big budget action, might be some sci-fi, grand, epic scale. But then he switches it up on you. He does something like E.T., then does something like Saving Private Ryan, then Ready Player One, Indiana Jones. Like directors like that, where they can be chameleons almost is another joy to watch. But in particular to work with Tarantino, because he really kicked that fire off in me, and I just want to work with his crazy ass.
Interesting, it's so interesting because what you just said now about, a director being dynamic, it's something that I've been learning over time, because I used to think, oh, as a director, you should have your own form, your own way, that when people see people like, oh, it becomes uniform. But then I got exposed to Fred Zinnemann, and I was studying his work, and I saw he's a very old director. He was making films in the 1950s and 1960s, and he had like 2 or 3 Academy Awards. But after watching a couple of his films, I realized that he doesn't have like a specific way of making his film. He just allows the movie to be the movie. He allows the story to be told. He doesn't, like, you don't see like, oh, he doesn't have to like put himself like, this is my movie, this is who I am. So he just like, it's a movie, it's a story, and I want to tell the truth of the story, and he puts his own whatever, he's very, very his use of motifs, his lighting technique and everything. Then you could see all of those things, but then you don't see like, man, this is like a movie whereby I think someone who does something like what I'm saying now is someone like Christopher Nolan. When you see a Christopher Nolan movie, you can almost tell, man, because you can just tell it's Christopher Nolan, of course, because he's all over the movie. He's just all over the movie. I love Christopher Nolan, by the way. He's a director that I've also been studying over the years. I've been watching a lot of his movies as well. I really love him, but I respect the dynamic, because just like we're saying, don't be an ice block. Okay.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to take multiple forms, because times are changing, moods are changing, ideologies are changing, and how do you evolve, with all this things that keeps evolving around you? You don't want to stay in one place. You want to, because that might even be the end of someone's career. If times are changing, your audience keeps changing, but then you stay the same. They'll be like, okay, all right, we're tired of saying this, dude. Okay, we're tired of saying this work.